terrible. That's what Checkmate just was. Yes, the players were called the same thing. Their names were the same as what we'd seen before, but they were off brand. That's for damn sure.
Do you ever get those adverts for like Counter-Strike Mobile that's just made by some guy in like his basement, and you can like they've even stolen like the skins. Like they've taken the skins from the game. Like you can get like the M4 Howl and stuff, but it's like it's Counter-Strike, but it's not Counter-Strike, and I imagine it runs like absolute arse. I get those adverts every once in a while. I'm just like, no, I don't want to play this game. And it happens. I think a lot of games have that. Like, yeah, didn't PUBG get ripped off by PUBG? Oh wait, no, that is actually PUBG.
That's a better version of PUBG. The yeah. You know, actually, the best thing that I've ever done, honestly, while we're just waiting for the game to start, there's a VR game called Pavlov. Whoa, what's going on here? These guys are Saiyans. They're floating in the air. What's this about? We're gonna get some Hadoukens out in a minute. So it's unreal. But yeah, there's a game called Pavlov. So it's a VR game, and it's basically like it's similar to Counter-Strike in a way. And there's actually there's emulators of all these maps: Inferno, Mirage, Nuke, every single map up to date that you can play competitively 5v5. And it's unreal to actually walk around Mirage or around Inferno and see everything and have to actually shoot people. It's a lot of fun. If you guys have VR, give that a try.
It makes me feel dizzy. I get really bad motion sickness when I put on a VR headset.
Yeah.
Like, I think I tried like Harry has one, and I tried it at his, and I was the worst at it ever because I was like, oh my god, I feel awful. And I still remember also once when like VR was first becoming a thing, me and him were in Poland, and they had one with that roller coaster game, and he goes, yeah, give it a go. Laughs at me as I almost fall over because obviously you're going down a roller coaster while standing up, which is stupid. And then I go, oh, you have a go, and he's like, no, I don't want to look like an idiot. Like, I see how it is. I see how it is. Laugh at me looking like an idiot, and then just chicken out. So yeah, I'm watching you, Harry, even though you're not awake right now, but still.
Well, I think it also depends on the headset. Is the other thing, whether you're going to feel motion sick or not. I think the older ones definitely do make you.
I don't want to spend that much money to find out.
Yeah, well, exactly. If you're ever in Ireland, you can give the Index a shot. It's brilliant. But
be like Fearoth and come to an Irish Lion. I don't want to be absorbed as Irish, so you know.
You'll become Irish.
The 8th Irish I have is enough.
Oh, look, we've got a push coming in towards the B site. Checkmate, giving it a good old country try, and at least one kill going to be found for them as Wits came on through the smoke. Not able to get a whole lot done. A retake now set to be mounted by BREN.
Oh, we'll see if it's going to be a different story. No, that's actually ridiculous from Blitz. He just peeked out with a CZ and just absolutely ruined 2 players on Banana. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. And, well, that pistol was very easy for Checkmate. Great start from them. Good to see a little bit of a resurgence. Of course, you do have to bear in mind that they did win 2 rounds in the last map, and they were the first 2, so I'm not going to get too carried away. And BREN are going to force back into this one. Look to try and do the damage here. I want to see those CZ shots, because I feel like the second one was somewhat filthy. Yeah, it was a nice shot.
A decent connection for him. You know, the thing is, when I look at the Checkmate side, as you said, you know, they did win previously just the first 2 rounds, and then it all kind of fell apart from there. So I'm not going to come in with a lot of faith that this is the resurgence of the lineup just yet. You're going to have to see a lot more from them before that happens. And, you know, starting us out immediately, already the Deagles are answering back for 1 kill. There's the force buy for BREN, and it's understandable. You know, a lot of teams are going to go in for that force buy in this kind of situation because you just get a lot of value on Inferno for those weaker weapons. There's so many close-range duels to take. And, I mean, already the payoff is there. The question is, how much more can they get done?
Well, You always make it a 16-1, Blair. Always make it a 16-1. They've got to be careful not to let this slip away. This is all rifles as well. It's not even like they invested into some SMGs and things have got a little bit wrong. This is all rifles, and it is falling apart. Who has the rifles here? This is a few pistols. Pros now found another one with the 1D. Gets left all onto Hawk. A 1v4 turn 3. They don't need to peek him, but they will. And that looked so easy. They've retrieved 2 AKs and a Galil, Mitch.
Well, I will say I'm very glad that I didn't come in here with the faith that this would be a different checkmate, because they've immediately let me down, if that's how I was approaching this one. What a terrible second round, and just an overall atrocious performance by this team to start things off. They are leaving a lot to be desired. That's for damn sure. Like, how you give so much space to the Deagles, like, I get it, right? You lose the opening duel, that's fine. But from there, gotta be playing together. You gotta be trying to trade. Okay. Hello. Nice push by Techno. I like it, but no one was there to support them. Molly's cut them off.
They've still got to be careful not to let this round slip away. It can go one way, it can go straight back the other. As trying to lurk around. Happy waiting patiently. Ambitious. He hit the shot, and I'd be incredibly impressed, but, you know. We're going to see the smoke actually going deep into Banana. This might be just to give Micro a little bit of extra space. Or maybe that was to bait them into thinking they're about to try and retake Banana after already technically having it. Flashbang going to be coming through. This is a good chance for Micro to just farm up. Nice shot from Kaz. Hasn't even realized he's actually picked up a Galil already. So they are going to have a couple of rifles going into this scenario. The rotation is actually coming from behind. Pappy actually shooting off some shots, so they're going to know he's here. I'm not sure what that was about, but it has somewhat given an individual due to Pro instead, as Rue decided he was going to try and be the hero, and Pro, why? Why?
They just want to give the opportunities away, evidently. This is an odd scenario. Back and forth we go. It seems like there is just not going to be a clear-cut winner. At least starting things out. No one able to convert those second rounds. The Deagles reigning supreme, and it is a depressing scenario, I'll be honest, Tom. Like, the decision-making from Checkmate was terrible in the previous map. But then coming into this one...
doing? And what is this peak?
I mean,
like, you know that there's
Pappy.
no way that... like, your teammate can trade that at all. Like, why would you wide swing that?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Pappy's Pappy's death was... it was odd, but it's unfortunate. It's just one of those things that happen. For Pro, though, it was a question of...
no, but I'd give you that for Pappy's kill if he wasn't already shooting at the bottom of Banana. That's what I don't understand. Like, they were already past the wall. So the only reason he was shooting is so they knew he was there. Why would you want that? You're the flanker. I don't understand. Like, by fluke, it separated the two players. But even still, like, that was just a free kill for no reason when you're in a 3v2. It's just so peculiar. They played that round super weird. They've still got the entry here, of course. That's how you shoulder peek. For anybody wondering after seeing it attempted in the last game.
Attempted, exactly. That is the correct way to put it, because I don't know what that was from Hawk over in Ivy to start us off in the previous.
This makes me feel very uncomfortable. Okay, there we go. Just gonna fall back. They do have the boost over the top. This has to be checked for. Should be pre-fired. If anything, it's not. They kill him. How? How do you not? That's the most common spot in the whole game. It's the most common spot in the...
And when it was smoked off and you didn't see anybody on site as well, the player's gone for the first kill and you just completely ignore it. It is wild. Checkmate. Again. Not able to win out that second round in a row. This is...
they have 5 alive.
just terrible.
5.
It's just terrible. It really is.
They got 0 kills. Honestly, like, nothing makes me more mad than people not checking that boost. Because it's played in every round where there's a weak buy, and even rounds where there's not. They missed the smoke. They missed it by miles.
Massive gap as well, yeah.
This is an awful round. This makes me feel sick. Oh. Oh dear Lord.
One of these
same
positions.
again. Exact same again.
Oh, no, there's a
please.
wide peak this time. Micro's just continuing to regress. He's picked up an AK. He's swinging right into the Deagles. Two of them just taken down. It looks like no one wants to string rounds together. No one was rotating there either after they'd already spotted so many players in Banana. What's going on? Checkmate have got the site. They're planting the bomb, and this is just ludicrous levels of Counter-Strike. As BREN are going to look to get right back in there. They've got kits to play with. Don't run through the smoke by yourself, Pappy! Why is there no support? Where is everyone else? They're hiding behind smokes, Tom! They're literally hiding behind smokes. Then he pushes through by himself. Just quit the server. Just get out of here. What are you doing? This is not Counter-Strike. This is not matchmaking. Tom, what the fiddlesticks is going on? You got a Mac 10, pushes through the smoke. As soon as I saw him step into that smoke, I thought, don't, come on. Push with him. Push together. Nope. Nope, no, I'm going to go by myself. Then our next player is going to go in. It's like we're playing strat roulette, for God's sake.
I think I've worked it out. It's Inferno. No one in Asia can play Inferno. That's what I've learned.
If you replace Inferno with Counter-Strike in that statement, you're close to being correct. From what we're seeing right now, this is just, that was horrendous. That was absolutely horrendous. If I was a coach for this team, I'd call a pause now just so I could scream in their face. Not words. Just so I would call a pause. They'd be like, "Hey coach, well, what do we do?" I just That's all I'd do for 30 seconds, and then they'd go back to playing. That's literally it. That's the only thing you could say.
Oh, that scream was too real. That got me.
That's how I feel right now.
Your girlfriend's probably just think you've been attacked.
She was asleep in the other room, I think is the key part.
No. They've not even bought. They've not even bought. They've not even bought. Mitch, they've not even bought.
I'm done. I don't want to watch this anymore.
Mitch, they've not bought. Mitch, they didn't buy.
It's alright. They're going to push through the smoke one at a time now. Watch. I can feel. Oh, well, actually, there's no more smokes left. Pro's the only one with one, so there won't be smokes for them to push through, so never mind. They're just going to wide swing there. That's alright. USPs, clock out. Not going to work. The timing was a little bit off there on the banana play, but it's fine. It's acceptable at this point. You know, usually I would give critique on that kind of thing. If I was an analyst for someone, I'd be sat here, you know, going, oh well, you know, you could probably go a little bit earlier. No, but here I'm gonna just say, yeah, well done. You pushed sort of together, and that's fine. That's good enough for me.
They didn't check the boost again. They didn't check the boost again. It's the same boost. He'd hit that while jumping. It didn't even buy. I'm actually this is stress within the workplace. Like, these are situations which I don't think I should be allowed to be in. These have been the worst 6 rounds I've ever watched. In consecutive order. Like, there has been nothing good about these rounds. Now, BREN in this round, okay, the aggression in mid, maybe a little bit much, but I like that you've taken some banana control. Done something normal. This is my happy place. We're seeing some normal things. You're gonna win this round, Mitch? Back. Reality. Yeah.
Oh, there goes gravity.
Please, bro. Just kill him. Just kill them all. Kill them all. Okay, you got... No, why did you peek?
No, well, you know what? That peek was actually fine because he was trying to trade Pro. I'm fine with that. Ruse just wrecked them. This is okay. It's... Oh, God. Wits gets techno. Rue on 6 health. No nades to play with. There's a molly at
So
least.
they've landed the deep smoke, but they can't hit the close one.
They've also peeked before the deep smoke popped, which was just ridiculously stupid. Hawk's in a nice position. 1v3, though. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be hard to actually get anything done. They've smoked him off. They have an idea of where he could be. They've cleared out the rest of these positions. Molly into the back side. They know Dark is clear. Hawk's giving it away.
Okay.
And no kill for his troubles. The time is ticking. And Wits, well, he's out wide. He's actually in a position where he can be taken down by himself. But luckily, he hits the shots. They win it. And so we're now in a position where BREN have at least managed to chain a few together.
Let's go, BREN. It was not perfect, but it was better. I'm happy with that. I'll take that over what we've seen previously. Like, that was really nice spray control from Rue, but then this was. I still like the thing that's weird to me is how they managed to like miss the close smoke, but then they go for that one. Oh, okay. Rue's feeling it a lot more than the last map. They're back on the pistols, which, as we've seen so far, have been the better of the weaponry. Aggressive peek out from Kaz. Trying to find a trade, but never really got anything done.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the Deagles to start hitting headies. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen, and I'm okay with it. I've reached inner peace now, Tom. Nothing could upset me anymore. It's well, Derek's going forward with a USP out. I take it back. Some things can't upset me. This is Wits swinging in with an AK. He's at least got the rifle in his hands. He's gonna actually look for a fight.
The bomb's
with
down.
Real weapon. That was the bomb. Of course it was. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Smoke. Yeah, peek up above. Happy's here to support. This is okay. And Hawk's getting wrecked in the door. Good. Good. Why did Derek peek with a USB?
Why did they white peek with the ball?
That too. You know what? I as I said, I'm at inner peace. Nothing can upset me. It's
Yeah,
okay.
nothing. No, this is stupid, but no, not upset. Normal.
Yeah, it's all okay. It's all okay. Woosa.
I think I'm gonna. I need to start. Like, there's a song from Scrubs which when I used to get high levels of anxiety, I used to like hum to myself, and it goes, "It's going to be okay. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be okay." I just think I need to just continuously just sing that in my head, because yeah, this has been more stressful than most things in my life. Wits gonna start things off. It seems like BREN ain't wait, where's one sec. BREN, touch wood, have stabilized things.
You're too hopeful, Tom. You're too hopeful. You know, inner peace means realistic goals, realistic approach to reality. And I know that Checkmate are going to lose this round, come in with pistols and win the next. I know it's going to happen, and it's fine. It's okay, Tom. We just have to accept the world as it is. I accept you as you are, Tom. I accept this game as it is. That's a wide swing by Pappy. Kaz easily able to take the kill. With that, focus into the B site. It's a good decision by Checkmate because you've got that rotate underway from Wits. They've dragged it out after that opening pick, and this is going to be heavy presence in towards Micro. The question is, can they hit their smoke? Can they actually smoke off CT? If they can, they could be in for a decent time. The smoke on the molly allows them to push through, but Micro is waiting on the other side. Good position by Wits. That was really well shut down by BREN. I love that.
Love you, BREN.
Well handled. Yeah, let's appreciate that round, because that was actually good counter-strike from both teams. Like, Checkmate made good decisions. They found the opening kill on long. Okay, it was on the back of a flash that didn't hit because Kaz was tucked in the corner. Everything about that round was actually normal. This was counter-strike. Congratulations, guys! You did it. And please keep doing it, because this is what annoys me. We know they're capable of actually playing CS properly. And then they push into sites one at a time through smokes. It's like, what's going on? Well, where's the other team from a few minutes ago?
Oh? Wits again. Like he's been someone who's been very, very good. Like although we've had some madness, Micro as well having a much better performance than what we saw previously. So there's some positive sides for BREN. I honestly don't believe that they deserve to be like right at the bottom of the board at the moment, like near it at least, with a couple of losses. I think they played much better than what we expected of them, and I think that's being proven today as Checkmate have I don't know what happened. Oh, okay. They get the kills. That was a nice cleanup of Banana. I thought that was going to go wrong because there was a player in the corner, but they managed to get away with it. Kaz, now the only one left. One sec. I think they're going to win an Antico round.
Just gotta go for it again. I mean, yeah, the touching of the wood seems to be working, so let's keep it up. It was an aggressive play though, and it's one that I can easily see us, if a couple of shots were hit by those deagles, sitting on the other side going, what the hell did they push Banana? Why did they take close range fights versus pistols? And I think we'd be perfectly justified in asking those questions. In this instance, I feel like they have won the round. At least they should have won the round. Yep. That nade confirms it. But it was not necessarily a good play. It just happened to work out. And that is the distinct difference. Just because something worked out does not mean that it was good.
Oh, 7-3. Feeling better. T side. I'm going to be buying into this one. They've got themselves decent utility. Not bringing in the AWP, but not really overly surprising. Okay, a bit of spice being added into the mix, although Pro he gave up on that. I think he saw someone jump into the corner. Now, Techno's been able to probe through a few times, and they've been caught out on Banana with the aggression. They've passed each other in the smoke. What?
Well, that's an interesting turn of affairs.
I've never seen this before. I've never seen this before.
Techno's calming that it's cleared. Now, at least he should be able to get a trade on this. Oh, he's gone back out to clear it.
Hello?
He thinks something's up. Easy kill. And Techno's like, hey, I've got beat. Aggressive deep smoke. That's gone way too deep and did nothing. But okay. There was an attempt. Or / there was an attempt.
There we go.
There's the second one.
They didn't need to use much utility. That is I'm just gonna put that down to bad luck for Wits. Like if someone walks through a smoke. Oh, they put down a third smoke. It's a little bit premature, but I guess it's gonna burn down enough of the clock that it won't really matter. Counter utility. Oh, another smoke. 4 smokes within the space of about 15 seconds. But you know. They do know how long smokes last, right?
I don't know, but it doesn't seem to matter. I won't attempt to try and get inside the heads of these players, Tom, to figure out what they do and don't know, because that is a scary road. I don't wish to travel down. I'll be honest. I'm happy staying well away from that. And, you know, looking at the current position, 4 rounds for Checkmate, I guess if we just forget the context of how we got here, because I don't even want to try and assess that. But it's decent, right? Their T-side is building up nicely. I think if they keep this current ratio, they'll be happy enough closing out the half. BREN have definitely looked a little bit better. You can see Wits. Oh, that's a smoke again. His biggest enemy as he peeks in, and Techno's already above it, easily able to take that frag and put it into a 4 versus 5. Nice kill by Derek, though. They were looking to push into the A site, but with that kill, it gets a little bit harder. They have no control over the apartments anymore.
Oh, they're still going in this way. Ooh, I don't know if Derek actually meant to fall off that. I don't think he's going to know how close they are. Kaz with the entry onto him, and this might just have to be a save. CT side do have some extra money, but realistically, they've already lost this round, so it is going to be a 5th, just off a few individual peaks coming out from Checkmate. They're managing to steal a couple of rounds away. Of course, the money's still going to be very good, but I think for Wits at this point, I would just play more passively. I get that, like, obviously you want to try and be a bit more proactive, especially on the AWP, but realistically, either they need to set him up as a team, which they haven't done, or just have him sit passive. Because let's be real, the takes, the actual executions from Checkmate have been some of the worst we've ever seen. So I wouldn't really be against just sitting back and waiting for them to have to push.
Tom, I'm going to say confidently that they have missed their smoke on CT more times than they've hit it. And even when they hit it, they don't check above the smoke for the player. That is always boosted there. So, yeah, I think I'd agree. Their executes have been dog awful. But somehow they're in this position where they've got 5 rounds on the board.
Classic phrase, dog awful.
That's a thing in Ireland. You gonna say that?
Is it?
Yeah.
It sounds like a bad detective. Like, you know when it's like one of those kids shows where it's like animal, like for example, Top Cat. It's like, no, dog awful.
All right, okay. No, it's a fairly ordinary phrase in
See, I
in
was
Ireland.
just thinking that you wanted to say something else big that also starts with dog.
Well, yeah, I would also say that. But I think Blah used up our PG-13 swear words, and he's probably going to do it later on as well. So we'll just we'll leave that one for Blah. At the moment, and BREN have got a fairly passive hold. They've like nobody towards long. It's a way back in CT hold from Papi Chulo's smoked off now, so these players are able to easily split into the site. I don't know why they conceded so much control, but they're hitting their shots straight away. Hawk drops down. No, and Pro, he can't escape the clutches of Techno. I don't know what Papi Chulo was doing, getting aggressive in that smoke. And on the back of that, it's now a 2v3.
Yeah, the finances say save, but you're now letting Checkmate get into a very good position. The last few rounds, they've been successful on their entries, but I do feel like a lot of this comes down to BREN's positioning just not being very good. Also, I'm going back to my broken record of before. As Kaz he's just killed himself. Okay, well, he's 1G'd. And will that be enough? Wait, was Wits? Oh, Wits actually killed the guy in pit. He's got a good chance here. He's got to get onto this kill, though. Oh, it's unlucky. Techno with the hold again. They tried their best to lose that round, but unfortunately, Techno was just too good. So they are going to get their 6th. Money still going to be enough for the CT side anyway. I'm not actually sure how Kaz managed to kill himself there. Did he throw flames at his own feet?
I don't know. I mean, overall, Checkmate did not deserve 6 rounds. I feel like BREN have made a lot of mistakes to give this back over to them. I feel like both teams have made a lot of mistakes. Let's be honest. It's one of these games where if I had to tell you who deserves to win, I'd say neither team. If it was possible that they both take a loss on this map, I think that would be the way to go. But sadly, that isn't how we structure tournaments. That should be like an Asian-specific... Look at the coordination! The time they needed to coordinate who ran through a door. Oh, that summarizes this game. That perfectly. It took them 10 seconds to walk through a doorway. After you. No, you. No, you. IGL. Hey, which one of us should go first? Which one?
Can we get the coach in?
Okay, bring the coach in. Ah! Go through the door! That was hilarious. I've never seen such a struggle with such a basic task. Oh, okay. Trade at least by Papi. Close to another. But it didn't look like it's happening.
Back to Banana they go. Techno's entries on B have actually been very good. And again, we look at the stand-in being, at least in my eyes, hands down the best player. That's the thing that actually terrifies me a little bit about Checkmate, is that this guy wasn't meant to be here. So either that means that they're just actively trying a lot to set him up, which I don't think is true. I think a lot of the time he's taking individual intuition to actually get into good spots. Or just their team before was even worse, which I don't want to think about that. And it's a shame, because in the first couple of games, I was actually quite impressed with how they were playing. But today, it looks like just they got 5 random dudes to stand in. Kaz with a pretty ambitious attempt to get out of apartments, and now Pro is just wrecking them with the AWP. We've seen a lot of failed double AWP setups, but this one seems to be working relatively well. He's going to run in, and he is going to find the kill onto Techno. So an 8th round, bomb plant will help out at least with the finances of Checkmate to make sure they do have a purchase. And yeah, half won by BREN, which, well, I guess that's fair. I think that they've been the better team, excluding the first 6 rounds.
I think no matter what, we have to exclude the first 6 rounds for sure. It is, though, a situation where, for BREN, it's been this, a couple of rounds that really caught them off guard, like Wits especially towards Banana. They lost 2 of their buy rounds because of him getting just pushed through a smoke, which was random as hell. And then peeking in when a good position was being held by Techno. And if it wasn't for Techno's entries in towards Banana, they would be screwed. Like, Checkmate would be on 4 rounds at the moment, at most. And he's been a massive reason that this team's been able to do nearly as much as they have, and he's the stand-in. That's the surprising thing. Like, to me, Techno is one of the most valuable assets that Checkmate has going for them. This is great. Wits baiting them out. Completely swing by Derek. So much damage. He's running out of ammo and gets shut down from behind. And after that, it's a 2v2. It was a great setup on short, but things just fell apart in the late round.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that that went so bad. I guess it's because all he really did was trade. Like, I think if he was a few seconds or like a second earlier on his peak, he saves his teammate, and then this is a very different scenario. Instead, we get into this 2v2 situation, AKs across every single player, a small amount of utility. They try and just tank the bullets, and I can't see Pro winning this one now. An 8-7 half. Oh, right, really? And we're going to go into the second one. Pro, Wits playing relatively well. We've seen some atrocities. And, yeah, well, hopefully the second half does not start the same way.
Well, one can only hope. The position for BREN, 8-7 on T, going onto your T side, it's not favorable, that's for sure. I think for them, they really want to be picking up that pistol round because Checkmate have got a lot of progress. Now, that's if we're going by conventional rules, which means that this map is obviously going to be fairly CT-sided, but when we look at the rules of the region, that is not the case. It is actually often the T side where teams pick up a lot of the rounds. This is a very aggressive push, and Hawk not able to find anything. Techno continued on forward, and this is a massacre. 1 kill eventually for Blitz, but it's all he's able to muster. And BREN walk out of that one smelling the roses. They didn't even have to do anything, Tom. They just waited.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised at how clean that was. I don't necessarily hate the idea. I think you see a lot of teams attempt these sort of pistol rounds every once in a while. Was quite disjointed, though. Like, you had one player push, then the next, then one tried to drop down into the underpass, and then, yeah, the other one was still at top mid. So it seems like a similar thing to what I saw in China when I was there, where they've sort of taken things from Europe but not quite done them properly. So, for example, they had like a zebra crossing with traffic lights, but people just ignored them. So, like, you'd go to cross the road and they just keep driving. It didn't mean anything. So the only way I worked out how to cross the road was what you do is you stand behind a local and then they play chicken with the cars, and they just have no fear. Also, for on a side note, in China, mopeds are allowed on the pavement, which is the most terrifying thing, especially because they're all battery powered, so they don't make any sound.
Oh no.
So someone will just go behind you and then just beep their horn as loud as possible, like, what are you doing on the pavement? It's like, where am I meant to stand? Where am I meant to be? Yeah, China's definitely a place that I think people should visit, but it's scary at
right
times.
now.
Yeah, probably not. You shouldn't really visit anywhere now, in all honesty. Stay at home. When you're not at home, wear a mask. Be sensible people. No, it's not the government trying to suppress you, because that doesn't make any sense. I do, although this is obviously wildly off topic. I do find it hilarious that people think that the government are trying to monitor you at all times, but then also simultaneously telling you to wear a mask.
Yeah, yeah.
How can those things? How can those two things coincide?
And like, why they're saying that it's them trying to? I heard some people saying it's the government trying to control you, right? So what? What does that achieve for anybody?
I really think that they look good with half of their face covered. So
the only thing that it could benefit is if someone in government had massive shares in the PPE.
Oh, I was just gonna say maybe if they have some sort of kink.
That too, I suppose. Like, wouldn't it be cool if everyone was wearing masks? Oh yeah, healthy, hygienic. What if everyone washed their hands too? Oh yes. But that is yeah, it's odd. I think
this isn't a replay,
reality
by the
is
way. We're seeing the same round twice.
Yeah, pretty much. I think the reality is some people are just bored and they want something to believe in, to fight for. It's like, oh, the government are evil and this, that, the other. It's just whatever. And get an Xbox. They're really
or a
cheap
PlayStation.
Or a PlayStation.
Other options are available. Or a Nintendo Switch.
There you go. We can sit here all day, but find something to do. Get a crossword. I don't know. Occupy yourself. But it is genuinely a thing, right? People search for meaning in life, and I guess if you go 30, 35 years without finding anyone that cares about you or any meaning in life, you're gonna just
become a flat earther.
Exactly. You're gonna be like, oh, the whole world is a lie. No, this is why no one loves you.
Oh, Jesus. That got so dark.
Oh, chunky, little bit of damage. Couple of tickles coming Kaz's way. I like the movement. I like the position above the smoke, but unfortunately no rewards are awaiting him as BREN are moving in towards the A side. But I say no rewards. Well, it's like he's not getting any financial rewards, let's say, by getting the kills, but he's getting spiritual rewards, knowing that Banana's clear. It allows the 4-man stack to come into play over towards the A site for the CT side. The only downside is he is so low, holding solo B, that if he got swung and one shot connected, they lost the B site. But luckily, that's not a concern with how aggressive he is, because he can at least get that info very early on. That's why they're so comfortable with this 4-man stack.
Oh. Fast play in and fast play out. Very, very quick. Nice crossfire. And not a single player lost. That's exactly what you want when you come into your CT side. You finally get on the buy. Of course, like the way that BREN played the last few rounds have been with Mac 10s. So this was all just a farming exercise. Make as much money as humanly possible. And a round like this is likely to go wrong, especially when you end up forcing into a stack. So not going to take too much away from that one. And now getting into their buy round, they've been the better team by a margin, if anything. Now we need to see some sort of change. We got Kaz onto the AWP. They've got a bit of cash in reserve. We're going to see a lot of utility being expended. Looked like Wits was going to hit that shot, but it's not quite to be. Kaz trying to spot if anybody is aggressing. Now they're still going to go pushing over towards this A site. Now, if they've learned anything from last round is if there's an AWP on Banana, that probably means there's 4 players on A. But they still look like they're just going to push straight into this stack.
As they drop by Micro, he's good for 1, but traded out immediately. And I do feel like at the moment, BREN are feeling very two-dimensional. They're not taking control across the map, but just straight pushing into sites. It seems to be working, but Blitz, he's come in from the side. It's a hard position to find more than one from, but he's able to do so. Unfortunately, over towards the, I think it was Library, Rue was taken down. He's been deleted through the smoke, and so Kaz is in this 1v2. Difficult position to pull back into. 30 seconds, he's smoked off and has an AWP on the retake.
He's saving here, right? There's no way he's still going for this. He's just wasted like 20 seconds just walking around.
Absolutely must be.
What was that flash?
Just to exhibit paranoia.
There's so many things in this game where I genuinely, I don't know if there's like some, like when you said you were speaking to Mixwell and it's like he gave you some next level, like in-depth strategy that I just don't understand. But just watching that, I'm like, what were you even trying to do there? Was he expecting there to be someone in mid?
I can't answer it. I honestly can't. I have no idea. I have genuinely no idea what the intention was in this one. I do feel like, you know, sometimes there is obviously other things going on. It depends on the information that they've got as well. There's so much that can be happening behind the scenes, but a lot of the time it does just look questionable in this region, at least from these teams. Now, 12-8, 4 rounds between them. BREN, they got away with murder in that previous round. I think they did push into a decent stack. Checkmate had the positions. Great flash there. Kaz able to support his teammate and get blitz that opening duel. That's what I like to see. You know, it's not just aimless aggression like we've seen a couple of times, Tom. It's actually calculated, it's coordinated, and it's well executed.
Re-aggressing here. He's definitely heard that. You're gonna flash through. Your favorite, Mitch?
Yeah, well, you know what? The previous flash was great. That one blinded his teammate and got him killed. So maybe not the best. Yeah, I've seen better flashes. Oh, Kaz has missed the shot. Oh, so is Rue. And what a disaster for Checkmate. It was a 4. It was a 5v4. Yeah, absolutely. You can't take that away from him. But the fact is, you're on that bomb site. You get nothing done. You're not peeking together either. The player's able to push all the way over to Coffins. And the player backside hasn't peeked him. Hasn't seen him. Hasn't communicated that. What's happening, man? It was messy.
Well, it has not gone great. The other thing as well is, like, I don't necessarily mind those sort of aggressive plays down banana, like with the flashes, but you did already have a man advantage. Like, I feel like those plays are for early rounds, or maybe potentially if you're in a losing situation. When you're in a winning situation, you really don't need to do that. And now that's more like nitpicking more than anything else. But like, it was, yeah, there was a very high chance of that play going wrong. So I don't think it was necessary at all. Come on, Checkmate. I mean, slipping now.
The chances of the play going wrong were about the same as they always were. The problem is, well, actually, probably more so because they'd gone into A, killed one, and then there was no presence, nothing at all. Has pulled off that angle very early. Like, it was like a half commit towards the peak. Again, like a half commit towards the peak. Are you peeking or not? Make your mind up. Instead, he's 30 HP for literally no reason. That's wild. But yeah, the play down banana, it's like, okay, look, the risk, I'd say, was decent anyways, but it's the reward. Like, what? You want an extra man advantage? It's not really worth it, is it? To potentially give back a 4v4, weaken your B defense. Not worth it at all. So I think that was, it was reckless. I definitely agree. And in this instance, again, I feel like Kaz has made mistakes, but he's rotating to the B site, and this definitely isn't a mistake. As he gets here, there's now a 3-man stack. These guys are in position and ready to go. As BREN bets a run right into this op, and provided Kaz doesn't just pull off this angle immediately, he should. Oh, he shot right between them.
Oh, they've got a good crossfire here. Techno again. This youngster has been thriving on this B site defense, and it's left all onto Wits. Low on HP. Shouldn't really have a chance here. Techno just threw his gun.
Yep.
Oh, he's going for a simple fake flash. And he's actually going to get the kill with the FAMAS. Oh, we've already got an AWP. Money's actually not that great for the T side. Like, it's enough, for sure, for this round. They have to give Derek a gun, but a lot of these have been fairly close. Like, they've not been able to build up much finances at all. 13-9. Not going to want to lose this round. This would really be a way back into the game for Checkmate. And of course, with BREN winning the first map, They might be about to finally get themselves onto the board when it comes to actual points. Molotov goes in. I love that smoke. Something we see quite regularly now that allows for the peek without the danger of burning. They're actually going to take full banana control. Now, this is something that I really want to see BREN learn from. The second they've seen an AWP atop banana, that means there's been no one on B. Now, granted, the last time they pushed into the 4-man stack, they did actually manage to win. I'm kind of hoping that they just pick apart Kaz here, and then that should pretty much be the round over. Maybe needing another flash. Oh, that doesn't matter. He's just not hitting anything at the moment.
And he's dead. Utility coming through, a blitzkrieg of nades, and he has gone out of this round straight away. Derek, he's looking for a player in apartments. They're coming on through, but he swings wide, and a second player is awaiting him. That's the kind of aggression we want from Checkmate. Going together, committing towards it. They get the reward for it. Now, 4v4 and a push through CT. They didn't check Techno, but he's whiffed the shots. And a solitary player on B sits down. It's Rue. He's not had the best of series. This guy has been finding it hard to hit those shots, and he's mollied out. He's going to have to get something done here. Down to 37, 1 kill at least, but it might not be enough. Fails to take down Micro. Blitz coming in, the spam right onto his tippy toes, takes him down to 10 HP, and then takes down Wits afterwards. This is huge. This is Checkmate right back in with an opportunity, a chance to get this round on the board and keep themselves alive. Blitz wants to go through that smoke, but he thinks better of it. I like it. We're learning here, Checkmate. This is what it's all about. Flash over to CT, swing wide for sight. No, they don't swing off the flash, but eventually Blitz gets one anyways. And it's just down to Pro. He's got to hold off. Blitz has already got 3, but he's low because of it. And they're not peeking together. This is an easy 1v1 fight. And now he hears the other player, knows exactly where Hawk is. A big mistake by Checkmate in the final seconds of the round as BREN pick up a 14th. And Checkmate look flat. Look at the buy. The money is going to be low as can be. And really, I want to see an eco come through, but that means we're talking map and series point for BREN in that instance.
It started all right, and Blitz having a very, very good round, but Pros was just slightly better, I guess. A 1v2 clutch, and as you said, like, this was super disjointed. No chance for a trade. Now the money, actually for both teams, is kind of dog. We're not going to see much from either side. Kaz saving for an AWP in the next round, while the rest of the team are fully invested. So they'll have something into the next, but it's not going to be anything pretty. They need to try and steal this one away, and, well, Kaz with a little bit of a risky play, but it works out for him this time.
Just this once, it's worked out, but there we go again. Okay, Blitz in with another. That's a massive positive, although Wits pulls it back. They are still with a man disadvantage. Those weapons are going to be retrieved as well as the take comes in towards the B site. The bomb is still in T-spawn, though. And the players are dying on site. This is a very disjointed round from BREN, not something we see all too often. That was a joke, by the way. We do. We do see it.
The thing is, as well, their economy's still in the dirt. So, as I said, this would be a big round to lose. They're going to end up with a 2v2 on this site. And we have seen both of these players have pretty incredible matches. Both over 20. Pro clutching out the last round. He's going to manage to wrap around Arch Control. And there's no information here. Both sets of CTs are dedicated to their solo site. And this could be an easy clear. Is he going to check the corner? He will. That's one. The pit is where the remainder is. Pappy finds the other. This has now slipped back into a 2v2, an advantage firmly in the hands of BREN.
How this round has spiraled out of control, I do not know. Techno. Oh, he's peeking this before his teammates even up in the apartments. Again, I just want to see you go together. The trade at least found through nothing but sheer luck, but they don't know where Pappy is. And as he comes into the site, Kaz has got a rough one jumping around. What a pre-fire. A great job done. And he's got this defuse as well, just about closing it out. Checkmate. Well, that round was basically theirs, and they almost threw it away. But in the end, the final hour, the final second, in fact, the defuse is caught.
Oh, by the looks of it, they're still going to reinvest into this one. Now, Kaz was already saving for an AWP, so that might be a bit of a surprise for the T's. But yeah, a few like individual duels here that lets things slip. It is surprising that that's still almost managed. That came down to a 1v1 from a 2v4. Again, Kaz peeks mid, misses. No surprise. It's become the norm. Oh, okay.
It's those.
He needs to not be able to see them for it to work out. This is, of course, just a hero AK. The rest of the team have saved, and oh, this has gone very well for the CT side. Blitz has just farmed up some cash. He's now going to get to the big 2-0. Now 14-11. It's still not out of the realms of possibilities. And actually, Pro's AK buy has kind of left them in a bit of an awkward spot here. They still don't really have the best buy in the world.
Recalculating. That's what they should have been saying after he said he could buy an AK. Pulling out the sat nav and the calculator. Because they couldn't quite afford it. He's on a Galila. It's not the worst in the world to have. But it feels like he started... Well, this is aggression by Blitz. He's living up to his name. He finds one, but he needs a little bit more in this position. The wide swing, not quite going to work out, but Kaz is there for the trade. And really, in terms of early round starts, that's fine. 4 versus 3. Have I just seen Rue run through a molly? I think so. He took a lick of damage running right into it. Wanted a peek wide, maybe thought it was going to fade a second earlier. But either way, he's holding control now. That's a very wide jump. And he gets punished for it. Why?
The funny thing is, and this is what really tickles me, he didn't need to jump to see past that angle.
No.
He was swinging wide enough that it didn't matter. That's so mental. That you only jump. I can't believe this is a phrase coming out of my mouth. You're only jumping to see over the wall. If you walk around the wall, you don't need to jump.
I just saw the first one. I was like, okay, maybe he whiffed it. Like, that was a wide jump. And then he does it again. It's like, what are you doing? One of those days. Just one of those days. They get wrecked on the retake, and I feel like that's one of the scenarios where you go, hey, Rue, are you good to solo hold banana? Yeah? He's like, yeah, I got this. You sure you know what you're doing, yeah? Yeah, I got this, bro. Because I usually solo, but just this round, you got this, yeah? Yeah, I got this, bro. He does that.
I don't know. I feel like it's another one of those things of like the cheap knockoff version where you've just like you've seen something and you've gone, I could make that. It's like, can you? It's like, yeah.
We already have a solo B holder at home.
It's like when you see those like budget Ralph Lauren's and the guy's just like made the horse giant, and you're like, yeah, it doesn't really look like the original. It's like, what do you mean? It's a man riding a horse. So it looks the same. It's like, yeah, but we're trying to sell this to rip people off, mate. Like you can't just. Well, no, the clothing line.
They're like the the fake aftershaves they sell on the markets.
Oh,
and then
God.
there was one they sold here one Christmas, and it made your skin burn, like break out in a rash.
Oh my God! What?
Yeah, it was like like a market stall. It was just on the street in the city center. Oh. Someone was selling them, and then
Rue. Okay, hey, Rue looks like he's back, and what a slaughter! They get to 15, and then the attempted rush B just. Wow. It's a very quick round. We've seen a couple of those. The faster plays either seem to work magically for BREN or it ends like that where Blitz, again, just getting a multi-frag. I feel like he's been the one sort of shining light for this Checkmate roster, like really having a good couple of rounds. Obviously, it was a very risky peak, but great lineup, great spray down. And now, well, we're left with some, I was going to say with just some Glocks, but then Derek has bought a Deagle, even though he doesn't have enough money to buy in the next round. But, we'll see. Maybe he's going to get 3 kills with the Deagle and it will be worth it.
I don't know about that one. Oh, Kaz really not having a good time. That nade, though, not too shallow. Not going to do anything. Just bounces off the wood pile. If a BREN around like this can work out decently, can really do some damage, just like some fake aftershave can. I think the thing about that was it was branded as well. Like, it wasn't actually branded, but they'd like faked it on the boxes. And so the but like I think I walked past it or heard about it that it was €10 for like a I don't know I don't know what brand it was supposed to be, but no, but like, you know, usually it would be like €40 or something. It was 10 from some random dude on the street. It's like, well, maybe, just maybe, it's not legit. You know, small chance here. Yeah, people bought it and then it burned them. It had massive burn.
Dear Lord. It is mental what people will do to make money.
Yeah. Like the thing is oh yeah, the people tried to go to the brand and be like, people tried to go to the brand and say, you know, oh, your aftershave burnt me. It's like, where'd you buy it? Some dude on the street. Like, maybe it wasn't ours.
Do you know Seamus? It's like, what?
Paddy, you know Paddy? Yeah, he runs a table.
He has this market down the road.
Does he run a store? Like, no, it's a table. It's a table in the middle of the street. It's like, huh.
He even has
you
his
mean
own
that's
tent.
not official? It's not official? What? He had an umbrella, even dry. What's happening? I don't understand.
He'd even drawn on it in felt tip pen. It must be legit. They still don't have enough money to actually buy. Like, the investments of the last round still make this awkward. It looks like we're going the distance unless something happens in this round. Hawk, he's run through a Molotov. I can only assume that's theirs unless the T's did just invest some extra money into the Molotov. They have bought some nades here. In fact, that's the majority of what they bought. I wouldn't mind seeing another apps explosion. Again, we're going to have this 4-man stack eventually form. And that's the problem. Like, if you're going to go for these faster plays, like, they're allowing too much time for the setup to actually come in. So unless they're going to switch this up towards B, this is again going to be a very, very rough round for the side of BREN. Blitz in a good position, Techno on the crossfire. There should be absolutely no way they get away with anything in this round. And we're going to see the smoke thrown over, try and section off the pit. Counter mollies being expended, but it actually gets caught out by the smoke, so they are going to be able to push when they desire. Oh, never mind, it went behind it. Pappy about to try and lead this charge. Pre-fire already coming in. Easy first kill for Blitz. He does get overwhelmed, and Wits has somehow got 2. This should not be possible, but somehow they should be able to get an afterplant position if Derek even, forgot the D, always do, manages to get out of the pit.
They faked out the plant, but they're going to commit to it eventually. You know, it's these rifles to see exactly what they can get done with it.
Ooh,
Wits at least have an armor, right? So even these pistols aren't going to be able to capitalize all too much on getting back in here. It's going to have to be the op shots, really, to have any form of advantage, and they're being cautious. Plenty of time. Good connection onto Wits. He's now low HP. The pistol trying to finish him off. Derek, good for 1. This man's been phenomenal on 1 HP. What a wall bang! Kaz coming in with the play of the game, keeping Checkmate alive with 1 health. It was looking surely to be over. And that's going to be a frustrating round to lose for BREN. They had that on lockdown.
Oh, the pressure truly now on. The comeback looking real. Nice couple of shots coming out from Kaz as well. This second one was just filth. I had to guess. He actually moves into the position. Oh. That's so unlucky. Like, if he just stayed where he was, it would have been absolutely fine. Well, the T's, they've got to buy this time, but well, what we found so far is that a lot of the time this hasn't actually mattered too much. They haven't been able to do anything over the last few rounds, and I wouldn't mind seeing them going for some sort of A execution once again. And they are actually going to pick up the pace a little bit here. Look to try and catch them off guard with the timing. Through they go. Rue has slightly slowed them down with the Molotov, but they're just going to continue this push forward. Counter flashes coming in, and the rotation is already here. So much damage being done to this T side, but no one falling just yet. Wits, he actually gets the opener. But again, there's now so many low players. They know there's a man in this corner, or should do at least. They saw a nade come from there. It's all fallen apart. It's left onto Derek, but he's brought it back into a 1 versus 2. should expect players around this corner. They're both in a crossfire. There should be no way he gets out of this. He's not going to check the angle, and eventually it will be 15-15. Overtime on the cards, an 8-7 half either way. And I think BREN are going to be absolutely kicking themselves here. They should have closed it.
Yeah, this should have been their map. If this goes to a third, I think Checkmate are back up there. Going to be feeling massively confident after mounting that comeback. There's a long road to go before that comes into play. We're here for Trash OT. That is $10,000, meaning that saving is an option. And it makes things much harder for the CT side. And not only is it an option, it's almost a requisite, right? Like if the first round isn't really going your way, it's like a 2v3. You'll see saves come in sometimes. And is that what overtime is for? No, absolutely not. But some people think it is. Shout out Valve. That's why we're here for $10,000. And we're going to see these teams investing into... I mean, the one upside is that you won't see, like, double op setups every round. But, I mean, it's Inferno, so you won't see that anyways. BREN. They got the weight of the world on their shoulders, really, don't they? This ain't going to be an easy game for them. They've made this one pretty difficult. Here we come. Blitzing out of spawn. Looking for some openings. I want to see Kaz. I want to see his early game approach. It's quite passive this time, actually. He's moving into the apartments, in fact. We haven't seen this all too often from him. He usually likes to go for those mid peaks, right, or move over towards Banana. Got a lot of utility in play, so they use that to lock down Banana and leave Techno this time to hold B by himself. They don't trust Rue anymore. I'm not surprised. Push. Oh my god.
He almost got two there. Instead, he ends up with nothing. Well, I guess a heavy tag onto Pappy, who has been one of the better players. I can't believe that not once have they capitalized off this 4-1. Like, I don't think... Like, we see the 4-1 happen quite regularly in Counter-Strike, but this is ridiculous. Like... Especially with the fact that, again, it's just the standing, the youngster, solo on that side of the map. Oh, again, more damage, just risky peaks being taken, but Blitz has been so good. And they're coming down to 35 seconds on the clock, Mitch. I have a feeling they're just going to try and run into one of these sites again with seconds on the clock.
It looks like it. Well, with 25 seconds, there's not much option. They've got to just blitz in. They've caused a rotate at least over towards the B site. Opening by Pro as they push in Kaz. He's still waiting here with Wits and Poppy so low, but Wits is able to take down Rue. Now things get a little bit dangerous for the Opper, who's shut down. And yes, it's going to be a retake with two of these players low, but there's only Techno left. And as we said, this is where saves come into play. If this was 16 KOT, he would 100% go for this, but because it's 10k, he'll save the weapon, and so we get a very boring 30 seconds. I almost want to have Techno play this one out, right? Go for a 1v4. Now, obviously, they're hunting him because they know he's saving, right? It changes the... When you're in this kind of OT, it changes the play completely. But I would love to see a comparison. So... After this, we get Techno, we put him on Banana, 1v4, and see how it goes, right? We commentate that as if it's the live round, and then we show it to Valve and say, which one do you prefer? And it's like one guy sat in the corner for 40 seconds, and then it's like, he's going in, he's going for the shot, and maybe he wins it. Maybe they get the round, it's a sick 1v4. It's like, which one of these is better? So I'll tell you which one I like. Especially because it's overtime. The whole point is that you've already played the economy game. You've already done all that sort of stuff. Now it's like, who's got, like, show me everything. I want you to go for every retake. I want you to go for every execute. Like, no matter what, I want to see you try and pull out these sick plays, because that's what overtime is for.
Well, the thing I hate more about it is not even just that mentality. It's that they can be around where they have pistols. I just think it's stupid. Like, it's 100%. Like... We've already watched that. Like, that's happened. Let's get everybody on the buys. Let's take out that economy aspect and just put it down to who's the better team when everything is in play.
Yep.
So
exactly. every round, execute every round. Like every round, you've got full utility to try. If you're CT side, take aggressive control, do whatever you want with it. If you're T side, execute.
You know what's weird?
What?
So bear in mind they had a 4-1 and they still went A and they lost. So the change they've made was second player on B. I do wonder what like some of the decisions made by Checkmate. They're very interesting. By interesting, I mean wrong. But nonetheless, it's slightly easier, I guess. Less people here. Happy Chulo is gonna burn fairly low, but well, this should have been a save. And now Techno's gonna have to do that. Just try and run away with the orb. They're gonna hunt him. They've got enough money to buy for a few rounds, and they only need to buy for one more. But yeah, they haven't been going B. So for Checkmate to then make the decision, okay, we're going to take Banana, but we're going to send extra personnel there when literally the reason that Techno died last round was because he was trying to rotate in. Like, it's a bit of an odd one, but hey, that's pretty much what we talk about when we talk about this game so far. Well, I mean, looking at it, he might actually be able to get away with this. There's a lot of players pushing in his direction. They should just be running and spraying him.
All right. I'll take it. Also, massive shout out to the boys over on Checkmate for being really smart. Now, why I say that, if we could just see the T's coming out of spawn, if I can make a request to the observer, because I haven't actually consciously checked it, but I'm pretty sure, well, yeah, straight away, I know definitely they have different skins, right? That's stupid. That's just fundamentally stupid to have different agent skins. You see Checkmate have all got the same one. What that means is if you see two guys who look the exact same on B, it tells you nothing. But let's say, for example, you know that white skin and purple skin, obviously it's not purple skin, but you know what I mean, are on B every round. And then one round, you see green skin there. Well, now you know something's different, because that's a different player. You can't change your skins. So now maybe they're stacking the site, or maybe that's a solo holder, maybe it's whatever it is. It gives you information. Now, depending on what team it is and where you've seen green skin play, etc., you'll know what's happening, but you don't need to give that info away for free. Usually they'll get that info when you get a kill, but now you're giving it to them just when they see you for a split second. That is stupid. You don't need to do that. That was the thing I said when agent skins came out. If I saw a team play with different agent skins, I would hate them. And I hate you, BREN, for doing that. Why have you done it? They're winning, but it's something that, you know, potentially puts them in a disadvantage.
Well, it looks like we might finally get a play into the B site. It has been very eccentric so far. Smoke's gone down relatively late. Is this all a bait? So, they didn't defend A with 4 players. They didn't defend A with 3 players. But can Checkmate defend A with 2 players? Here we go. Hawk's gonna kick things off with a spray down through the smoke, but he's been wrecked on the way back. It's left to Blitz to try and hold on. Kaz has been caught on the rotation, and Blitz will go down as well. It's left, and you guessed it, onto Techno. And the answer to the age-old question was no.
I love that WWE type announcement. They couldn't do it. It's like a trailer for a movie. This summer, on the A site, 2 men will try to hold down where others have failed, where they have failed with backup before. Can they do it this time? Of course not.
They needed 5. That was it.
Probably 6 at that point, to be honest, mate. Yeah, so that's 18 rounds for BREN. And they are just wasting our time by making us watch in overtime. Why didn't they just close it out in regulation? Noob team. What the hell? This is, it's been a really good performance. I think their OT, Kaz. I think their OT has looked a whole lot better. Bro, he can't go anywhere, man. He's being mollied. He runs back. He gets upped. Unlucky start. And with that, man disadvantage in such an important round. BREN have really woken up in this OT. They've realized this game was theirs. They threw it away. And now they're here to take what's theirs.
Techno was one of the shining lights. Didn't really have much to do in the first half, mainly because they always went one direction. Pappy, though, well, he's just destroyed them. Hawk somehow manages to get 2 back, but he needs an ace. He needs to kill everybody. No, please. Please, this card. Thank you, Pappy. Thank you very much. It is done. BREN have 2-0'd this series. Checkmate. They did not have a good performance, and BREN eventually capitalized on it.